Hi everyone, Marco here. Today we've got some exciting news. Veritasium's VeGold token has launched. Reggie announced yesterday on his Twitter account that the VeGold capability is now in soft launch, soft beta off of the Veritasium's VeADIR site, and we'll go through that in a minute. First, I wanted to take a look at the information sheet that Reggie put together. The link is available off of his tweet here. I've got it here, and it's a real good overview of the product. This is Veritasium's first formal product to be released. It is available globally, including the US, and we'll go over some of the points on the introduction here in a second, but before we get to that, wanted to just kind of briefly look at these charts. There's two similar charts in here, both covering essentially the same information, but what you can see off of these charts is that compared to Tether, the VeGold Index, GLD, Sprott's Fizz Fund, and gold bullion itself, that VeGold comes out more favorable in nearly every category, from transaction costs, risk, the ability to actually redeem the underlying asset for anyone who believes you don't own it unless you hold it. We'll see VeGold is actually, you can take delivery on it, but as you can see versus its competitors, really hands down in terms of redeeming the physical asset, it's comparable to gold bullion itself. Actually, I think it's even simpler than that. Ease of transactions because of the blockchain component, as well as the safety and degree of ownership. Very liquid. I've sold some of the 10th ounce coins, tokens, on a decentralized exchange. It's just like buying and selling any other token. Very easy, very quick, and easy to transfer. So if we take a look then at the introduction sheet and kind of focus on a couple items here, just kind of restating, but for clarity, I guess, VeGold token is an excellent hybrid of a stable hard asset and a blockchain-based cryptocurrency. So the concept being, instead of selling out or cashing out to, say, Tether, USDT, if you want to temporarily close out of a position, instead of using Tether for that, you can use VeGold for that. It's very stable. Based on gold price. Gold price has been quite stable over the last few years. Okay, some of the key features of the token. They are 100% backed by 0.9999 fine gold. They are fully secured and insured with COMEX and LBMA approved depositories. VeGold can, with approval of Veritasium's management, be sold back to Veritasium for cash. It is redeemable worldwide, anywhere globally. You can sell the tokens and exchange them peer-to-peer on a decentralized exchange such as Ether Delta or Fork Delta or any others that you can sell assets like this. And the transfers are recorded on the blockchain, so anyone can easily verify the transaction chain and ownership history of any particular VeGold token. So if we want to go take a look at them on the website, just browse your way over to Veritasium's homepage, veritasium.com. On that page, right in the middle, you can access the VeADIR. When you click on that, it'll open a new window with the VeADIR. And If you've seen any of the other videos, or if you're a beta tester, you'll recognize this. We're mainly interested in the assets screen within the VeADIR. And so you'll see we are in spectator mode over here. So click the three bars in the upper left, navigate down to the VeAssets beta. And when that page opens up, you'll see the three assets currently listed on Veritasium's asset page. And we are interested in the first product here, VeGold Z1. That stands for 1 ounce of fine gold and in bar form. Current price $1254.293 US dollars. If you click on one of these lines, I just clicked on the VeGold line here. This sidebar will slide out with additional information. And so you can see the information on the token itself. It is 1 ounce gold, 0.9999 fine redeemable bar token. There's 100 of them currently, total supply. There's a contract address if you're interested in going out to browse it on etherscan.io. In terms of the metal backing this token, it's a gold bar with a weight of 1 ounce and 4/9 purity. If you click on the middle icon over here, you can see over the last 4+ years, essentially the relative stability of gold. This is against the US dollar. So not a whole lot in shorter durations of a variation in here, and certainly in very short durations, weeks or months at a time, it is quite stable, price of gold. And then the last icon over here just gives you a little bit more information, and we can see that the token was actually created 5 days ago. So if we want to purchase one, we'll see if you look down at the bottom of this slide out, if you've got some in your inventory already or in your wallet, you can sell them, or you can redeem them and essentially exchange the token and take delivery of the physical gold, or in this case buy. We want to buy. And when you click buy, it'll bring up the Veritasium's product and service agreement for this coin. And I just want to copy this off to review it into Word. And so if we just take a peek here, a couple of areas I've highlighted. You will want to read this entire agreement. You will need to agree to it to proceed with your purchase. Some interesting points in here. Veritasium's trying to help keep us safe. They're saying in order to reduce the possibility of fraud, phishing attempts, or other schemes perpetrated by malicious third parties, the purchaser agrees not to respond directly to any inquiry regarding their purchase of asset-backed tokens, including but not limited to email, purportedly coming from Veritasium.com or similar domains. Now, this is just for our own safety. There's been so many scams in the crypto space. Just kind of reminding you, if you do need to contact Veritasium, they've got their email right here that you can communicate directly with Veritasium. If we scroll down a little bit further, some additional information that's relevant. This is a key feature. The bearer shall retain title to the property backing the Veritasium-backed token at all times during the term of this agreement. So you own the gold. If you own one token, you own the gold backing that token. Okay? Right here in the agreement. Purchaser agrees to pay all the fees associated with the bailment services. And bailment services, for those not real familiar with precious metals, that's essentially the fees for the storage and insurance and handling of the assets. So unlike a purely digital token, when there's physical assets behind it, those assets incur fees. And so it'll be up to the purchaser to pay for those fees. The fees will cover the first 3 years of the life of the token from the issue date. So that's an interesting concept there. And one more neat little feature here. If prearranged between Veritasium and the purchaser, your asset-backed tokens can be used. Your Veritasium can be used to get a discount on your VeGold purchase. So you can get currently a 90 basis points discount utilizing 45 or 55 basis points of Veri. And so I put together a little spreadsheet to kind of illustrate that. If we take a peek at this, we can see that if I plug in the price of gold, currently $12.54.29, the 90 basis point discount would be $11.29 US, and the cost to the purchaser of that would be $6.90, or 55 basis points worth of Veri tokens. So if you net out the discount, it takes you to $12.43 plus the however much your Veri tokens cost you if you got them for cheaper than current market price. Spot prices for gold currently $12.59.09, and that's per. I looked on AppMex's site, and that's for a Credit Suisse 1 ounce bar. That's the equivalent to the Veritasium 1 ounce bar. You'll see right there it's actually cheaper. So right out of the chute, it's actually a little cheaper. So this would imply to me that Veritasium's overhead is slightly cheaper than AppMex's. And then if we plug in the current prices of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Veri, we can then calculate, the spreadsheet will actually calculate for you how much Bitcoin or Ethereum that it would take to fulfill the purchase amount, and then the additional amount if you choose to apply some Veri to get the discount. In this case, for one token, would be 0.196 and change Bitcoin, or just under 3.5 Ethereum, plus just over a quarter of a Veri to get the discount. And netted all out, what that amounts to is about a 0.75% savings, a little over $9 on that one gold bar. And I set the spreadsheet up. You can adjust the quantities, and it will adjust the required amount of tokens and whatnot. So, and give you your corresponding savings there as well. Okay, so with that said, let's go ahead and move back to the VeADIR. And you, as I indicated, you will want to read through the purchase agreement. It is rather lengthy. I did read through it, as I indicated before, so I'm going to go ahead and agree to the terms and then proceed to the token purchase form. And so when you click that, it opens up the next another window with Veritasium's token purchasing form. Again, you'll want to read through this form, Veritasium's product and service agreement, substantially similar, if not exact, to the other one. Scroll on down to the bottom. It's actually got a link. The couple of notes here before I get to that. All clients must complete the KYC or Know Your Customer requirements. That is a requirement to access the purchase on the VeADIR. You can pay in US dollars, Ethereum, or Bitcoin. And if you choose to do a premium buy down or get the discount, with Veri, you can do that as well. You will have to have a MetaMask account that's been pre-approved, and that will be done with your KYC process. And neat thing, the Veri is available across the entire globe, with the exception of these 10 or so countries here based on U.S. Treasury sanctions list. And you can click this treasury.gov link and go read more about that as well. So good news for everyone except for the folks in those countries. If you're anywhere else on the globe, literally, you can purchase VeGold, VeGold. So let's go ahead and go through this form here. We'll ask you to agree to the terms and conditions before you can move ahead, as well as plug in your email address. And here's where it's going to branch. If you're a new customer, it will take you through the KYC documentation, and I have submitted that already, but I'll go ahead and pop this first page up here. It's going to ask for your country of residence, your name, and then you're going to upload your proof of residence, residential or billing address, and several different documents could be used for that. Typically folks use a utility bill or potentially even a credit card statement. And then you need to put in your identity as well. And typical here as well, passport or driver's license or identity card works there. And then you're going to want to identify the MetaMask wallet address where you'll receive your VE tokens. Okay, now this is your public address, and as the warning states here, never give out your private key to Veritasium or to anyone else. So presuming you'll pass the KYC documentation, then this is where your MetaMask wallet address will be plugged in. So I've already filled out those forms, so I clicked back, and let's go through the existing customer flow then. Okay, so we're looking now at the Veritasium token purchasing form. You'll want to review your email address to make sure that that's correct. If not, you can switch it out. Some notes here. You'll need to log into your MetaMask wallet to activate your approved VeADIR account. You'll need to provide that public address that's been KYC'd along with your documentation. And if you need to take a peek at the token prices, there's a link there, and that's this page right here, so that you can see 1254.293 is the current price for the VE token. So, being the first formal product released on the platform, we get a selection of one here, the VE 1 ounce gold bar token. And let's go ahead and purchase one of those. Now we're going to want to grab the KYC approved wallet address here and determine if we want the discount or if we're only going to pay with one of the other methods. And yes, I do want the discount, so I will temporarily pause while I input my wallet address and then move forward. Okay, so I've entered my wallet address and clicked next, and that brought us to page 6 of 11, and this is the premium payment submission. So since I chose to get the discounted price by purchasing at buying down the price essentially with Veri, they're giving me now an address here where I can send that particular transaction worth of Veri. And so again, reviewing my spreadsheet, for one coin, one Veri token, VeGold token, I'm going to need 0.269267 Veri that I will send to this address here. And when I'm done, I will plug the corresponding transaction hash in here, and I want to pay the remainder. I'm going to pay with Bitcoin for the remainder. So I'm going to go ahead now and send the Veritasium to this address. So bear with me, I'll be back in 1 minute. Okay, so I've completed the sending of the Veritasium, and I plugged in the transaction hash into the previous page and click next. And since I selected to pay with Bitcoin, now it's asking me to send in my Bitcoin payment submission. And so now I'll do the same thing. I'll send in my Bitcoin to the address. I will provide that transaction hash. I will provide the MetaMask address where my VE token should arrive. I will put in today's date, and then I will submit that, and I will be back shortly. Okay, that's it. I submitted the form. My Veritasium has been sent in and confirmed for the discount. My Bitcoin has been sent in and confirmed. And so now I will wait for the response from Veritasium, and when I get that response, then I'll do a follow-up video to share the token with everyone. Okay, thanks much. Hope this was helpful. If so, hit the like button, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.